Hello there guys, this video is for the Vapor 4 White Edition from Element Case. It is a iPhone 4 and iPhone 4S case made out of aluminium and then hand painted with a hot rod white colour around the entire case, and it comes in two pieces. It is actually proper aluminium made out of a metal block, which they then cut up into a shape which is an unusual shape. You'll see it properly on the iPhone when I assemble it all, but it does look quite cool. And also they've added these foam padding pieces inside the case to protect the phone and also stop contact with the iPhone bumper, the steel ring, and also the aluminium of this. It's $119 on Element Case's website, plus shipping if you live outside the US. I think it's free in the US, and also if you live in the UK, as I learned when I ordered this, be prepared to pay for import charges too, so it can be quite costly. The reason I've forked out for it is because I had an iPhone 4 bumper on my iPhone 4, and I had it for the whole year and 6 months of the phone, and after 8 months it did break, and so basically I wanted something that would protect the phone, but would do a better job than a bit of plastic around the outside, so I've gone for a metal ring instead this time, which is actually secured in place by stainless steel screws too, which I failed to mention before, but there are the screws. When you order the case from Element Case, you get a box, a relatively big box, and inside it comes with this, the screws, a screwdriver which you can attach to a keyring. It also comes with spare screws within the screwdriver, which I've already lost one of so far. You get a back piece for your iPhone, which is just a white back piece that you stick onto the back with adhesive tape, and you can peel it off and replace it anytime. And also, if you want to, you can upgrade your order and get a carbon fibre backplate or a white carbon fibre backplate as well, but they do cost extra on top. Inside the box too, you get a screen protector, which I haven't got on the phone, but I did just put an invisible shield on the back of my iPhone, so that's just for extra protection when I'm putting it down on a surface. Anyway, what I'll do now is assemble it, so I've got a separate camera for that, so you don't have to watch me faff around with screws. The way you do it is simply slide the foam in there first of all. That's the first piece. Make sure that they all line up. It will look kind of as if it's not in place. There'll be like a white gap shining through on the side. That is normal until you attach all the screws. That's what it will look like. Then take the second piece, place it up against the first, like that, and hold it in place. And then this is when you need your screwdriver. Unhinge the screwdriver from the packet, and then attach the screws. The process, I've managed to get it down to about 40 seconds to screw and unscrew the bumper together and apart. And as you can see, when fully assembled, this is what it looks like. On the side, on the back, it does look very nice. It's got an unusual shape to it. On the right hand side you can see it's kind of got this groove cut in. I think that's so when you turn it landscape and you're holding it like that, your fingers sort of slot in there and it just feels better to play with. You don't turn it that way because that feels weird, but this way it just feels right, so I think that's why they've done that. Very nice design. The bottom has got the cutout for the dock, although it is a bit thicker, so that I think the sound will amplify better in this part here. Top's got a cutout for headphones. Also, this bit here is for universal headphones, like the L-shaped ones, so it fits in there. On the side, you've got your SIM card tray, which I don't think is necessary, but they have put it there just in case you need quick access to the SIM card. And then on the other side, you've got your volume buttons unobstructed, and the volume switch is easy to access too. Now, obviously, each case has got its own advantages and disadvantages. I will go through. Oh, look at the time. That's good. I will go through some of the disadvantages first of all. It's very bulky. Adds on about ½ centimetre either side and on top and the bottom as well, so it is quite bulky. The weight is not that much different though. It does feel slightly heavier, but because it's aluminium, it's also quite light. It's chipped quite easily on the bottom. You can't really see it, but I've only dropped it once, and it was from literally like that distance. And when it hit, it sort of scratched, and it was on a flat surface. I don't really know what happened, but it scratches quite easily. The size of the dips on the case, so on the bottom and on the top, and in fact on the side as well, mean that dust accumulates very quickly and very easily inside the case. I've had to open it up and clean it up. I might have already mentioned that. But on the bottom here, you can see there's like crumbs and stuff in there, but I've not really eaten anything. I had a biscuit earlier, but that was here, and the foam was over there. So unless they jumped up and went in, I don't know, but it fills up with dust very easily. And the only way to clean it realistically is to either get a cotton wool bud and pop it in all the gaps, or to literally dismantle the case and clean it with a soft damp cloth, which I've done 3 times since owning this, simply because it just gets very dusty, and that's the best way to clean it, I find. It takes about 20 minutes to do because you have to undo all the screws, but it's all done. Also, because it's so thick at the bottom, I used to have the Apple official dock where you just plugged it in, it would charge. It would sync if you hadn't plugged into the computer, but because of the size of the bottom, even if you don't have any of the special inserts in the dock, this won't fit in at all. It just won't reach the dock connector. So right now I literally am using, don't know if you can see it, the wire on there, and I'm putting it on the desk, plugging it in, simple as that. Also, the back, actually no, ignore that. Right, we'll go on to the disadvantages. Now we'll go on to the advantages of it, which are, it kind of has like a lip on either side. It's a couple of millimetres, but when you put the thing down on a flat surface, like here, and you go like that, it's the case that takes the brunt force of the table, not the screen. So that 2mm gap on both sides sort of allows you to put it on a flat surface and the back not be scratched. However, I have decided to put an invisible shield on the back of my phone, not on the front. I don't really care about the front because it's pretty resilient, but I put my phone always faced like that, back down, so having some sort of protection on the back as well is quite handy. You don't even notice it, you can't see it on there. It's got a bit of like a orange peel effect, but I don't notice it, it just feels a bit different. It obviously protects it. I've dropped it, like I said, from there, and it hit on a side and then on the front, and it didn't damage the case. It didn't damage the phone either. I took it apart afterwards, panicked. I thought, oh, it's going to be all dented or something. But the case inside is fine. The phone was fine. The aluminium innards and the stainless steel bands were all fine when I dropped it. So that's good. And yeah, I would recommend it. In terms of its protection, I would give it an 8 out of 10 because it's fantastic. Downsides are that it's heavy-ish and it adds bulk. So they're the downsides. In terms of price, I would rate it a 5 out of 10 because it is very expensive, especially if you're buying it in the UK and you're sort of having to pay import taxes, shipping as well, which is quite expensive, and then the exchange rate makes it about £80 plus £20 shipping plus £25 import taxes. You're looking at about £130 for this case. And if you're going to use it all the time, which I am, it's probably a good investment. But if you're someone who always changes their case, I wouldn't recommend it personally. But I'm sure they could offer cheaper alternatives. There are cheaper alternatives on their website. So if you go check out elementcase.com, they do have other cases, not just the Vapor 4, that are kind of $10, $20 cheaper. So you can sort of see for yourself which is the best. But overall, I'm going to rate it on terms of price, quality, and functionality. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because it is a fantastic case. The only thing bringing it down is its price. Thanks for watching. I'll have more iPhone 4 videos coming up soon, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.